Hello and welcome into MFL with Laird. I am Andrew Laird and I'm wearing glasses today. I was not going to stream and because I got something going on with my eye and I was like, I just, there's too much to talk about. I can't not stream. And so went to the doctor, got some drops, put the glasses on and we go on because that's what we do here. Thanks everyone for coming in. Looks like Peyton and Bob were first in actually a podium spot. Oh no, I'm sorry. PA cards or Packards. I'm not sure which one that is going to be on the podium with them. Bob said, spent all day buying packs and making my teams. I love this day. PA Card said, I made a live for once. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Yeah, Bob, I don't know. I'm going to get some packs today. I'm not sure which ones to get. And I think that's part of the reason why I had to stream today, but also because I bought a new club today. And I wanted to talk about that too. And I think a little bit of it is that the packs that I get will be determined by what I do with this new club and how deep my agency will go to fill that club, and then how far I go to fill the other clubs and stuff like that. So that's really what we're going to get into. And I actually wanted to do a stream about tactics, not so much a stream about me talking about tactics, but somebody else talking to me about tactics so that I can learn them better. And I'm not sure, I know everybody thinks they're a tactical genius, except for me, of course, but I wish there was more tactical discussion. And I say that having not gone into the tactics rooms at all in any of the Discords that I'm in. And part of it is because I feel like every team is different. I don't feel that way. Every team is different. And so, maybe one formation works for your club that doesn't work for another club, and certain tactics work with certain players, but not others. And not that I necessarily need someone to look at all of my players and just say like, hey, this is what you should run, but I kind of want that. And so I don't know. We'll get to that. With that being said, and what's up to Ricky, Ahmed, and Bosco coming in? Thank you, guys. With that said, I've got 3 live streams set up for the rest of the week after today. Today is Tuesday if you're watching this live or watching it back on the same day that I went live. But Wednesday is a discussion with Nepenthes, excuse me. The talk is going to be a little bit about, what he's doing, although he does a lot of content on his own channel, Nepenthes MFL, that if you really want to know what he's doing, just go watch those videos, which I'm in the middle of the one that his most recent one. And so we'll talk a little bit about that, but I actually wanted to talk to him about kind of slower user growth, because I'm seeing that with my own referrals. And I know that Nep and I get a little credit for creating kind of this recent increase in users. And while Nep is much more responsible than I am, I have seen the number of people that have used my referral code to sign up slow considerably. And while I think that is good for the game itself, not necessarily like MFL's bottom line, but I think it'll help provide some stability. And Nep and I will talk about that and a few other things. Thursday, Trust the Process is back. We're going to talk about the fact that he is getting close to 70 clubs. And I will say that when I was considering buying a new club, talking to, as Jimbo calls him, Trust, talking to Trust, it's like you feel dumb just not buying it. And so I bought it just so I didn't feel dumb. And then speaking of Jimbo, he's on Friday. And so if you go to MFL with Laird on YouTube, it's literally youtube.com/ I think it's the @ MFL with Laird. You'll see that they're there and they're ready. I mean, they're not ready because we're not actually doing it yet. But if you just go there they are right there. Nep, Trust the Process, and Jimbo. And so that's going to be the rest of the week. But today, you're stuck with just me, mostly because I don't know what I'm doing. Skozer, what's up? Skozer plays a big part in this story, and I'll get into why in a second. But for those of you who watched the stream yesterday, it was yesterday, I was basically going through the issues that I had with my current situation of having 3 clubs in Spark And what I felt like were enough appropriate players to have an ice team, but my Spark team, Empire FC, didn't get promoted. I lost in the playoff in the final round on penalties. And I was kind of like, I considered it cheating to just buy an ice club and move up. And that's what that's kind of like the weird spot that I was in, that it's like, I didn't really earn my ice team, but do I just do it anyway? And the number of people, basically most of the people who replied to the kind of this generic question of, is it okay to go to ice? Were like, yeah, just go to ice. No, you won't even remember it after a while, or you just don't care. And so I was kind of going back and forth with that. And there was a single club that I was looking at previously. It was a stone club that was all but certain to be relegated. And I considered buying it before season 5, and I didn't. And the opportunity came up to buy it coming into season 6, and I bought it. And I overpaid for it if you consider what the other clubs were on the market. Like looking at the current ice teams that are available, I think the cheapest one I saw earlier today was 69. So now it's 67, 68. There's 69 and a bunch of 70s. But there was one specific thing that I really liked about this club that I was potentially going to buy. And I'll get into that in a second. But the move to basically just, it's not even buying my way into ice. I mean, I guess theoretically I am, because I literally bought the club that's in ice, but it's not like I bought my way into better players to ensure that I finished first in Spark. And basically the way I was thinking of it was, if I went back and basically reran what I did in season 5, in season 6, I'm not guaranteed to finish first. And I basically could find myself in the same situation as I did this year, of finishing second, getting the 2,000 MFL for finishing second, and then coming up short in the playoff. And obviously I could win in the playoff. That's also an opportunity, or a possibility. But it almost felt like another wasted year of the guys that I wanted to have in my agency, in my club from my agency. And that's where I was starting to think of it more. I don't want to call it philosophically, because that makes it sound a lot more important than it is. But I was kind of sitting there while I was listening to actually the most recent Wendercast with Work the Space, which is excellent. I haven't finished it yet, but I mean, every episode's excellent. So go check those out if you haven't. I mean, if you're watching this somehow and you haven't been listening or watching Wendercast, I feel like you're doing it wrong. But Jimbo always kind of brings up this line from Trust the Process, which I think he actually said with the first time I talked to him, which is funny that I'm not the one who constantly quotes it, but it was essentially like, clubs are for MFL, players are for progression, and clubs are for MFL. And the way that I've been playing MFL, every single player in my agency was either a referral reward or from a pack drop that I purchased a pack. I've never bought a pack from Floaty. I've never bought a single player from the marketplace. The only time I've gotten a player from another person was with Trust the Process, where I traded one player for 5. And so I feel like I have this weird feeling of, loyalty is not the right word, but I'll use it anyway. But I have this feeling of loyalty more to my players than I do my clubs. And that part kind of feels weird, because why should I? Meaning, why should I feel this loyalty to the players and not the club? But that's just what it was. And it was kind of like, do I want to see my players be put in the best situations for themselves, or do I want to put my clubs in the best situations? And in season 5, my first season, it was my first one on the platform. The MFL gave me the New York license, and Empire FC was like, that's my club, and that's what I'm going to do. And everything I do for everything in my club is to make that club better. And then I started, getting all of these players in my agency, and I had this weird loyalty to them. I don't even know if it's loyalty so much as I just wanted my higher end players to be on my team. And that was the unfortunate thing about some of the players that I had, is that they were too good for Spark. I didn't want to play them in Spark and essentially feel like I had a lost year of progression for a lot of them. And so I kind of like, I didn't half-ass it, but I ended up with a team that was essentially OP in Spark, but also still not good enough to win the league. And while also loaning out some of my higher end players. And so after the season ended, and I'm looking back, and your agency shows all of your players now. Nobody's on a team, and it's kind of like, man, here are some players that I have that will be wasted in Spark. That's how I put it in my head. And so I made the decision basically to buy an ICE team, and I had an interesting opportunity from everybody's good friend Barky McLovin, who actually had an ICE team but was looking for a Spark team because he had lower rated players, and we were talking about potentially just swapping our clubs. And I told him that there was only one club that I had like found that I wanted, and if that deal went through, then I wouldn't be able to swap. And that deal ended up going through. And the club that I got is, I've already rebranded it, and I'll show it to you in a quick second. But what I was kind of thinking of when I was looking at all these clubs, because when you go back and when you go through the marketplace and you see all these clubs, and it's a lot of like, people are either have branded them to sell, like, oh, this is a, heading down to stone or heading up to bronze or whatever, or they're just like the previous branding of the team based on the city, or it's just completely random. But there was one that I found recently that caught my eye. And one of the things that I remembered was, and I can't remember which one of Nep's 700 clubs he has, but one of them had like a serial number, like an even serial number, like it was 3,000 or something like that. And I was like, I never really thought about serial numbers on teams before, on clubs before. But when I did get my clubs, I looked. And so with Empire FC, that's club number 3354, which like has no meaning. Liberté is 3877. Sarpafossen is 4895. So like we're almost at 5,000 when I got that club. And then when we got Patron Saints, that's 1336. And it was like, okay, the way that, they basically, those numbers mean nothing to me. And so I started wondering kind of like, what would be kind of the cool serial numbers to get, and could you get them? And I think a lot of that comes from So Rare, to be honest, where, the one of 100 or 1,000 are kind of premium, I guess, kind of enforced by the game, or the jersey mints and stuff like that. And so the club license, or the club that I ended up getting, has a serial. Do they even call it a serial number? Let me double check that. Info. I think it is serial. I don't know. We're going to call it serial. But is serial number 9. Like, of all the clubs on So Rare, and I don't even know where Constanta, Romania is. I know it's in Romania. And I don't even know if you would even pronounce it Constanta, because the second T has some sort of squiggle on the bottom. And so, but it's literally number 9. And we're at a point now where we have like over 5,000 clubs on MFL. And this one is number 9. And there are only, 8 clubs that were created earlier than this one, which was, June 12th, 2024, which you would think was much longer ago, but apparently wasn't. And so I've named this club Nonagon FC, and Nonagon is a 9-sided shape. And this is the new logo. And this is my ICE team for this season. And so the thing that I started to do yesterday, which I was really excited about, was, hey, let's get some of the guys that I loaned out previously into this club, because they're now good enough for ICE. And so understandably, for those of you who know me better, Engelbert Engelhart was Nonagon's first signing. And I just couldn't be happier to be able to get this guy in my own team, because I was so excited when he was kind of an early progression guy, tapered off a little bit, but like now I get to see Engelbert Engelhart in my own team. And so I've started to kind of build around him. I brought in Emiliano Mancia, who I'm willing to move past his missed penalty in the promotion playoff, excuse me, and bring him in. But then I basically will need to go through my players and figure out where I cut it off. And Rafael Porter is basically the question mark. Do I bring Porter to Nonagon? I loaned Porter out last season. Freeman I'll also loan out. Coyote Udo is already loaned out. And so it's like Engelhart I'm going to bring in, and then it's pretty much everyone below that. Now, Engelhart is a cam, and I played basically one cam last season for Empire FC. Is this John Byrne? Yeah, John Byrne and Arturo Torres were my two main guys, but now it's like I don't necessarily need three cams. Andy, what's up? Yes, I bought a nice team this morning, serial number 9. And so it's really like, how many of these guys are actually good enough for ICE? And what I did with Empire FC last year was essentially take everybody 60 and above, like from Pierce Flynn and up, we're all in, from Pierce Flynn all the way up until Byrne. We're at Empire FC last year, except for Jonathan Sharp, who was at Patron Saints. And I'm probably not sending him back to Patron Saints because this left wing back is just such a albatross position unless you have a right wing back, which I don't have. And the tricky thing for me now is I will need to bring in some guys. Like I actually had a number of guys on loan last year that I played regularly, and I may try to get some of them back. And basically what I am coming to now is I'm sitting at 16,934 MFL. And the question becomes, what should I do reward pack wise? Do I just go with I can get 2 uncommons between 65 and 69, which would fit perfectly fine in that team. But it's only 2. Do I try to kind of cheat my way in and get some limiteds? I can get 3 of them. I can't even get to 4 because that gets to, I'm like just short. So I could get 3 of these and then maybe 1 of these. 60, 64 is obviously on the lower end of where I want to be for ICE, but in season progression, maybe if I get a 64, they ended up at 67 and they just progress there. Knowing my luck, I'll get a bunch of 60s, or I'll get a 65 here if I get this one. I kind of feel like actually, I don't know. And that's what I'm essentially asking everybody who is watching this of like, what should I do? Because it feels like I should be filling out this team more, and maybe I'll just fill it out while we're here. The other tricky thing is I have this guy, Arnie Norden, who is ready to tier break any moment now, and is a right back. But I also have Rafael Porter here, and I'm in this weird spot where if I have Porter, it seems silly to also have Norden on the team. Whereas like he's probably appropriate depth, but do I want Norden to only be depth as a 64 rated right back when I could just put him on Empire, where I have Pierce Flynn? And the reason why I put Flynn in Empire is I didn't play him a ton last year, but because I started Ian Lyons and Nuno Pinto here, and I'll probably include Gerard Hendricks, who is just desperate to play for me, obviously. And so I don't think I need 4 strikers. I'm going to try to have around 20 players ish. And so that's kind of where we are. And he said, sorry if I missed this from you earlier, but will you put money into buying specific players? So the plan is no. I don't buy specific players from the marketplace, and I don't know if I'm going to participate in the pack drop tomorrow. I say that as somebody who has participated in every single one of them, but I don't know if I really feel like spending another $50 on a standard pack to get like definitely one uncommon, most likely one uncommon. And so, do I try to get a couple limited packs and see what happens? But I don't know. Mike said, can you get one uncommon and two limiteds? Let me see. I mean, the uncommon, it's the 17,000 uncommon. Oh, I can't get that. I'm just short, literally. What am I at? 16,934. Spending 10,000 on one seems like, yes, they could be 74, but they could also be 65. Like being able to get two of these 65 to 69 uncommons seems fine. But yeah, I guess I could get like the cheapest uncommon basically, which would fit perfectly well in my squad. And then I actually fall short because that's 17,000. I could get one of these and one of these. The 55 through 59 doesn't help Nonagon at all. But basically what I should be doing is, well, actually, let's just do it. Zach said 165 to 69, two regular limited, and 155 to 59. Does that fit? I'm assuming you did the math. So it was 8,000, two regular. Oh, so this one. 14,000 and then 16,300. Yeah, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. And then, yeah, Toby, so that's the other thing. I don't know if Hendricks is going to Saints or not. So patron Saints is probably going to be in the 65 and above range. And Hendricks certainly could go there. The tricky one is essentially, I feel like nobody's offering up any defenders, and I was going to put Stefanescu in patron Saints as well. But I don't know. I mean, obviously Pierce Flynn, he's on my team on Empire, so I could always bring him back up. The reason I really like Flynn is because, well, he's just a great goal scorer, but 85 pace and 66 shooting for a 60 rated player. He just scores goals. That's what he does. What was this? 16 goals in 14 games this past season. He had 11 and 9 the year before. And so, yeah, I think we'll see. We'll see. Like if I do play Hendricks, so Toby, thank you for bringing this up. I also have Byrne who could go to Saints. And yes, he's a cam right wing striker. But then my other thing is like, well, should I keep Byrne for Nonagon because of that positional, the triple position, and maybe bring Torres in? Patron Saints' best player is a cam right now, 72 rated. So he's kind of like these guys are probably not going to play. I doubt we play like a 4-2-2-2 much, but we haven't figured that out yet. Mostly because we're waiting for everybody to do what I'm doing right now and figure out where we're playing everybody. And so, yeah. And Toby said it depends on the tactic I'm playing with Nonagon. Yeah, Engelhart I want Engelhart to be a big part of the team. And so, and I know that I'm probably maybe not sacrificing progression. Well, maybe not actually, if I can keep it. Well, what is he, a 70? So I'd have to keep everyone essentially 62 and above, which, as you can see, I don't have enough players for that. But let's just set this up and we can see what it all looks like. I certainly don't want him at Sarpafasen. Sorry, I'm in the way here, but of the confirm button. And this is now going to take much longer than I was expecting. So maybe we don't do this. But yeah, like playing two cams is, I think 4-2-2-2 is the only one that plays two cams. And that just seems crazy, especially because I don't have a single CDM. And so I'm in this weird spot positionally. Just, I don't know where these guys are going to end up. But let's see. Let's get Lions in there. I already had Mancia. I started to just do the 2% of my own teams because it's too annoying to change it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why I do it. I also wanted to get back here. Where was Hatling in? I'm not really hyped for MFL anymore. Sold my club and I'm only going to loan out players this season. I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, it's not a game for everybody. 4-1-2-1-2 wide. I still need a CDM though for that, don't I? Let's see. Stelmach was my left back. I could probably just do this, set this up as a training match, right? Maybe I'll do that after Stelmach signs. Okay, let's just do that. Where is that in competitions? Yeah. So if we do a training match, here we go. I don't know why I didn't just do this. This seems much easier. So if I do a 4-1-2-1-2, I obviously do need a CDM, and I had one on loan last year, and maybe maybe someone is willing to do that. I think one of the nice things that I had is that my loans last year were all at 0%, and while I would love to do that again, but like who knows if I can. So I have Engelhart, Hendricks, Lyons, Mancia. Like this is getting my best players in. Stelmach I'll have at left back. And if I have Norden and then like I would loan out actually maybe the Lyons is actually not a very good right mid. Yeah, 54 right mid, which is a bummer. I do have this is the Pachon is who I played last year, and Torres 64 rated cam, but he's like a 53 CDM, which is really ugly. And then obviously Laird in goal, and then Samardzic. That's who I had. And so like in this situation, I actually I need a CDM and probably a right mid. Like Pachon probably is not good enough for this spot. And Byrne, I think, was like a right winger. Where did he go? Yeah, like somehow a cam and a right winger, but he's very bad at right mid, which is kind of a bummer. And so, I could certainly pack a CDM and then everything and a right mid and then everything's solved. Or I can try to loan a couple in. But, with these guys and can I get out of this? Yeah, okay. Like Byrne is now extra here. Pinto, I'm not using if I use, but he becomes extra. Maybe I send him to patron saints. I loved Pinto though. Torres becomes depth. Camberi is the only true CM I have. Sharp can play left back, but not very well. And like that's basically it. And so now it's like, oh, I actually need quite a bit of depth now. I guess Torres, Pinto. I don't know if I want to keep Torres and Byrne. It just seems unnecessary. Mancia can play CM. So even if I went like a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, Mancia is still a 65 rated. And then I can bring Camberi. But again, I still don't have a CDM. And so that's the tough part about it. Jimbo, hello. Good evening to you. And so, it's one of those spots where like maybe I do just need to accept that I have to give up some rev share, but I do have some lower guys like Moya here, 59 rated CDM is probably, and it had progressed exceptionally well last year. So maybe he becomes the guy for, and you just hope that he continues to progress. It just seems very strange. Like it feels weird to have a 70 rated cam and a 59 rated CDM, but I also have this Alves guy. But again, I think these guys are going to end up moving up to Empire because that's it. Glasses on for max concentration and seriousness of squad building. It's exactly what it is. It has absolutely nothing to do with the thing that I have on my eye that stops me from wearing contacts right now. But yeah, no, this is the thing. This is a very serious stream, Jimbo. This is where we're doing the hard work. And so the glasses have to come out sometimes. Or sometimes they come out because you touched a jalapeno and then you rubbed your eye. Halligan said, I love it in concept, but found myself barely remembering to check my team's results. Only caught like 2 games live. Having played a lot of FM, the tactical depth isn't enough for me yet. All right. Hey, totally get it. 4-3-3 attacking work. Still probably need a CDM for flexibility. Let's see what that 4-3-3 attacking looks like. I don't have wingers, like good enough wingers. Let's see. Byrne can play right wing. Oh, that's not terrible, actually. Wait, where did Hendricks, Lion. I just feel like it neuters Lions a little bit. And then where did Englehart fell out? Hold on. This isn't terrible. I would prefer not to play Lions as a left wing. It just feels like a waste when he's a 65 rated striker and a. Yeah, it is. It's also funny to me that he's listed as striker, right mid, left wing, but like he's a better left wing than he is a striker. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. I mean, it works. I wish it would give me my overall. Or do I have to captain someone for that? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it doesn't give me my overall, though. Yeah, I mean, this is certainly an option. And I feel like this. Oh, wait, Canberry. Yeah. Do I have another CM? Yeah, just man C. I don't even have like a true CM other than Canberry, who might get better. Who knows? 24-year-old. I don't think he's ever progressed. He's just dying for progression. I think he played a lot too last year. Oh, actually, I say that. Maybe he didn't. 11 games, 7 assists. What am I doing? 67 passing, 71 pace. I mean, that's fine. Yeah, you're exactly right. Need help in the middle of the park, which unfortunately is what I had last year. And unfortunately they were loans. So like these were my three. Oh, actually Mancia wasn't, but Pham, Ryu, and then Bertram. Like I played. I guess I could just go back to a game where I actually played those guys. I think it was the last. No, I rested. Oh, actually, did I? Yeah, Bertram is the other guy I played, who's not my guy. So I got to figure out like, oh man, did I lose all of that on training? I did. Yeah, 4-4-2 attacking. No, I don't. Nobody wants a false 9 here. 4-3-3 attacking. That's what you said. Yeah, that's a possibility. So yeah, so basically it's like I need help and we've got some reward packs. And so I must click marketplace instead of store literally every single time. And so the most help probably comes from, that uncommon 65 to 69, which for 8,000 versus the 10, like the extra 2,000 MFL is a lot for me when I only have 16,000. And so maybe we just do that. What was the number again? It was one uncommon 65, 69, one. Was it one limited 60 to 64 and then 2 of the others, or was it the other way around? Who did the math for me? Zach. 165 to 69 uncommon. This one here. 2 regular limiteds, these, and then it was 155 to 59. Yeah, see, that's not as fun. I really like I would almost just hold on to the MFL at that point. I would rather do a regular uncommon rather than the 65 to 69 personally. I mean, I could, but it's also more expensive. Basically, if I got one of these uncommon players, which again could still be a 65 through 69, I can only then get one. Well, I guess I could get 2 limited players. James says regular uncommon, 1 high and 1 low. Yeah, I just feel like the low limited is unnecessary because what I'm trying to do is make Nonagon as good as possible before I have to go get loans. And doing that is this range right here. The uncommon 65 to 69 and limited 60 to 64. Toby said regular packs are better value in my eyes in almost every situation. So, I mean, value wise, maybe, but I need players, man. I don't need value. Like let's see. If I do one, I don't know. So this actually, Toby, so this is why let's talk about it this way. Based on the players that I have and the idea that Engelhart is probably going to be the best player I have on Nonagon, then spending more to get a player who could be higher and therefore too good seems weird to me, if that makes sense. Like the spending it down here, 8,000 MFL for the uncommon 65 to 69. This is a guaranteed player in Nonagon. Like guaranteed. It's in this range, literally right here. So kind of like the upper half. Whereas, and obviously, if I get this uncommon, like the regular one, it's almost like I'm risking that they're too good. And that feels weird. Maybe too low uncommons then. I certainly could do that. I think I wonder if the gamble of too limited, that could be 64, and like 64 is good enough. And now you're probably sitting there like, just get 3 of them. Just get 3 of these. HP Master said, I went 65 to 69 because that fits my team. Yeah, I think from a rating perspective, that fits my team. Now, granted, it might be a goalie, and then I'm like, oh, that sucks. I didn't even think about that until just now, and now I'm very nervous about that. So let's see, if I did one, yeah, like I said, it's these 2 ranges right here. And so do I get the kind of guaranteed, other than goalie, to work position or a player? Hopefully not another left wing back. You could use a keeper, to be fair. I think the ones I have are like good enough. Like, I think, what is Laird? 62. Like, I have 2 62 rated, or 62 and 61. I don't think I necessarily need a goalie. Like, they're fine. But yeah, exactly. But then, obviously Laird is going to start. And I just need my defenders to be so good that it doesn't matter. So let's see. I can do. Oh no, I can't even do 2 of these if I do this one, right? 8,000 plus 9,000 is 17,000, and I only have 16,934. God, that's tilting. So basically, these 3, because I don't want this limited 55 to 59. And so, and obviously, buying this one, the regular limited, I could get somebody in 55 to 59. Like, it's not like I'm out there. I like the 2 low uncommons. Yeah, 62 probably won't cut it in ice unless you're happy enough being lower end of the table. I don't know what I'm happy with. I don't think I'm going to push for promotion in year 1. So I don't know. I like the 2 uncommons, low uncommon, since your objective is to improve your team right away. Yeah, but like, that doesn't mean that the other ones won't help me improve also. I mean, it's possible they don't, obviously. Although I guess we said I can't get 2 of these. If I could get 2 of these, if I had 17,000 MFL, this conversation's a lot different. Unfortunately, I don't, which is kind of tilting. So then if I do get these 2, or actually, yeah, I was going to say, if I have essentially not like leftover MFL, but if I'm not going to buy 3, and the only way I can buy 3, oh wait, I guess I could get these 3, right? So it's an uncommon 65 to 69. 60 to 64 won't improve your team in most cases. It will add depth. Right. But also, like, it could be a 64 on day one, and he could be a 67 on day, on, 5 games into the season. We don't know. Maybe I've got, a Lego who's just happened to be born as a limited. But realistically, so I guess my thought was, if I can only get 2 of what I want, and it's not even what I want, do I just get the regular uncommon? Like, do I spend 14.5 on these 2 instead of these 2? This limited 55 to 59 just seems unnecessary. And I say that, and I'm sure I'm going to be putting the Empire squad together and be like, man, I could really go for a 59 rated CDM or so. Oh, actually, that's what I have with Moya. Choice paralysis. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Of course, he could be a 64 left mid who's a 69 left winger. Oh, that's, yeah. Good point. Good point. Yeah, I don't know. What do we do? Whatever's happening, it's happening on this stream because I said I was opening packs, and so I'll do it. But this is what we're essentially looking at. So I have a right back, I have a left back, I have 2 center backs. Where's the other one? Samardzic. There. Oh, here he is. Stefanescu. So I have a back. I'll probably play back 4 most of the season, starter wise. I could use a CDM, or I just could use everybody in the middle. Do I have a right? I kind of have a right mid with Pichon, who I don't believe has progressed a single bit in anything since he was born. Oh, sorry. Went up +1 in defending as a right mid. Very helpful. 2 uncommons for me, says James. Josh, I'm opening to use. Everything I do is to use. There's no thought to sell. Yeah, exactly. Laird doesn't sell. Excuse me. Toby said, I think too. Zach says 65, 69, 60, 64, and a limited reg. That limited reg seems just like, I will say that opening 3 packs is more fun than opening 2 packs. Usually. Then I like either the completely open or the lower bracket. I don't know what that means, Josh. But I think this one is guaranteed. Maybe I should open this one. Like, I should get this, I should get this one and then see what it is. And then maybe that helps determine where else we go from there. Although I still need more players. It's not like I don't need them. The other possibility, which I didn't really think about until just now, is to get 3 limited 60 to 64s and just not even get an uncommon. As in the classic or the lower. Yeah, the higher limited, I feel like, is reasonable. And I hate how they present it, because it's like 4,500 for a 64 rated player or 8,000 for a 65 rated player. I don't know why I'm confident that I'll get a higher rated limited in 60 64 and the lower uncommon. I don't like the high bracket packs. They're overpriced to me. I mean, yeah, I'm paying 1,500 MFL to not get somebody between 55 and 59, to get somebody under 60. Which, like, yeah, it does seem like a lot, but also, I mean, what do we spend our MFL on anyway? So, like, let's get this uncommon, this one. and we'll start from here because I want that. That's really what we want. I'm not convinced limiteds will help an ice team massively. David, respectfully, I feel like you just think about what it takes to finish first, which sounds absurd when I say that out loud, as if like that's not the point. But I'm not sure I'm ready to make that the point right now. More packs is fun though. You're right. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's open this one and see what we got. I got to change the setting here so that you guys can listen to it. Please hold. Although now it's not. Oh no, it's not going to let me do it. Never mind. Sorry. The way I have my settings up, you're not going to be able to listen to it. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me just confirm my Dapper wallet for a second. Winning, as if like the point of the game is something other than winning. Anyway, let's see what we got. Okay. So we got the highest possible rated player, but it's a goalkeeper. 23 years old, 5'10" from Italy. Orlando Forte. Like, so Josh, I'm not happy with that because it's just not what I want. And Zach, this is exactly what you're right. Like Laird can start for Empire now, but nobody would ever spend 10,000 MFL on a goalie. He is, I don't know how old he is. He's not here. Hold on. 23? Is that what he was? Yeah, 23 years old. Now, in fairness, I appreciate the cornrows and the bun. So that's cool. And the pink, I like the pink. Keeper is one of the biggest impact players, I think. Maybe not when they're 5'10". But yeah, I guess Laird then goes back to New York. Back to Empire FC. Which is fine. I think you're underestimating the impact of keepers just because they're boring and so rare. They're boring everywhere. David, I wanted either a CDM or a center mid. That's what I really needed. Mark said, could be a lot worse. I pulled the same pack and got a 5'6", 65 rated goalkeeper. All right. I mean, just because we're both in a bad spot. Well, it's not. No, whatever. All right. So what do we have left? 8,934. Not having 9,000 MFL is so frustrating because I would just immediately get 2 of these limited packs. What does it say? Yeah. So I'm either getting another one of those same ones, an uncommon 65 to 69, or I'll get a limited 60 to 64 and a regular limited. Big team upgrade, in my opinion, apart from the name. You don't like Nonagon? I actually thought it was quite creative, Nonagon. Oh wait, I'm not at 9,000. I was like, I'll just get 3 of these. All right. So I think we just get a limited 64, 60 to 64. Oh yeah, I'll take a limited 60. I'll take 2 limited 64s. Just one's going to come in a regular pack and one in this one. Although Toby thinks I should just do 2 of these. Don't worry about the height. My fiance always tells me that a couple of inches doesn't matter that much. I mean, that's probably why you guys are getting married. Probably got to go uncommon again now. I don't know. Do I? Do I? I don't know. Big choice though. The problem is I need multiple players still. Um, and I guess I am a progression guy. I'm going to get these two. We'll go limited and see what happens. Just as James said, I would go uncommon, but it's your agency. Go big or go home. Uncommon is the way. Wow. Why do you have the stance of not buying players off the marketplace? I don't know, Peyton, to be honest. I think part of it is that I just haven't yet. And um there's like a sense of I know exactly what it is, Peyton. The single best thing about MFL for me is the unknown. And whether it's buying a Spark license and not knowing where the club is going to be based, to not knowing how much a player can progress or will progress, to opening packs and seeing what's inside. And I think those little moments of unknown are what keep me interested. And going onto the marketplace and just essentially scouting exactly what I need and buying it feels boring. And I appreciate that's not boring for everybody else, but it's kind of just boring for me. And Wesley says it really well. Buying off the marketplace makes it feel like you're actually spending money, which is kind of funny. And so that's, yeah, I think there's some of that too. Limited to the best rarity. Josh, like you are not helping at all. But so what I really like about the game is just this. Could I get a 60 rated whatever and have him be 65 by the end of the season or 65 in 2 weeks? Like who knows? And so it's one of these where I want players obviously that are good enough to like stay in ice so we can do this all again. I don't even know what the payouts are in ice, but sorry, hold on 1 second. And so, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. When I do buy off the marketplace, I typically only buy players that are freshly born. I mean, that's something. Could you swap that keeper with someone, or does it have to be individual sales? So I actually did swap previously. So I have weird rules, and they're not really rules, but. Or you could get a 69 rated player who's 74 at the end of the season. Oh, that's true too. But then I only have one, whereas here I could have two. I could have two if I have these. I'm guessing buying stuff from the fixed price / value, whereas buying from market has risk of you misvaluing and regretting. I don't know. To be honest, I just literally haven't thought of it beyond, no, I don't buy players. So yeah. Did I end up actually signing? Oh, no, he's not here. Hold on. There's Forte. May as well get him in. He's certainly not going to play for Empire. Josh said, I think for you, limited is a good play. High rated, they can go into ice a bit lower, and you have teams that suit that rating. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just going to be the very simple 2 packs is more fun than 1 pack. And so that's what I'm going to go with. Oh, I just put him in Sarpafasan. Thank you. That's a bad place for him. So what do I have left now? 43-34. Gosh, so short. Toby, I feel like I do that all the time. I like put guys on the wrong team because it doesn't show which players. Like, why would I put a 16? Well, I guess not. Why would I? But it's like I haven't made put any player in, and now Empire pops up. Like, I don't know what's going on here. Like, why it chooses certain guys or not. Anyway, all right. Let's open some packs. Let's do this one first because we kind of know what it is. A 64 rated CDM. Thank you, Mr. K. All right, let's go. Let's get something cool here. It is a nice note. Wow, that's Jan Wild from Germany. Striker, which I don't need. 60 rated. Unbelievable. Nut low. All right. Let's see. How old do we think Jan is? 24. 83 pace. 55 shooting. Yikes. So, oh, man, that's just not helpful at all. What is kind of fun though, actually, I'm just going to put Jan right into Empire so we can see this. No, he's not here. Hold on. Or actually, I could just show it from here. I'm pretty sure. Why isn't he showing up? I know it like takes a minute, but here we go. Wild and Flynn. 85 pace and 83 pace. That's what I'm playing. In for Empire. Sorry. So that'll be fun. Could have been another keeper. Yeah. Quick boy and can dribble. Yeah. Those two will be fun. For sure. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Let's open that last one. Note to self, lowest possible line if I play Empire. Yeah. I just feel like it's playing on hard mode by not buying in the marketplace because of randomness like that. Although you just expressed that playing that way is what makes it fun. So I love it. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we all kind of do a little thing of playing the hard and playing it on hard mode. And the fact that I overpaid for a club just because of the serial number, I think just shows that I enjoy playing it as hard as possible. Could be deadly if you can get the tactics down. Yeah, Timo, that's actually my biggest weakness on MFL, I think, is tactics. And so I need to get better at it. All right, let's see. This would be much appreciated, a 64 rated CDM. 19 years old from Belgium, because why not? All right, what do we got here? Ooh, big eyes. Gustavo Gutierrez from Spain. Center mid. This is what we need. Okay, 62. All right. All right. Not terrible till we find out he's 29. 21. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Very well rounded, I guess. 60 pace, 55 shooting, 67 passing, 61 dribbling, 52 defending, 62 physical. Looking at this guy, and I can just hear SR Monkey be like, yeah, he's just not good enough for ice. Like, it's just not good enough. But he's not bad. Yeah. Yeah. James, it's funny. So I don't know how you said this in your head. I don't know if it's like decent or decent, but it's like decent. That's how I read it. Anyway, yes, he's solid for Empire. I didn't need him for Empire. I mean, maybe I do. All right. So like I'm still in this position where is it? CM, CDM, like this is it. No, wait, let me do it this way. Like I have a number of guys that are like, okay. I think I'm pretty sure Duran is like a terrible center mid. Like he's just straight striker. Once again, shout out to Anthony Cornelis. Yeah, 50. Yeah, so he's just a striker. Esteban Durand. Oops. Which is fine. But like Moya is definitely a CDM. And the new guy hasn't even come in yet. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to start begging for loans now. There's Gutierrez. My 61 rated long range demon still cooked in ice last season. I genuinely think he'll be belting. I just need to make sure that Josh is always here when I open stuff because he just makes me feel so much better about it. And then we can call this guy GG's, which is really fun. How is Torres at center mid? I think he's pretty bad, actually. Like I really don't have many guys who actually are good in other positions. Yeah, 59 rate. Like he's actually a better center forward than he is a CM. Torres is one of those players that I feel like performed better than his rating, if that makes sense. Like 8 goals and 4 assists in 16 games. I guess that's not great. And then, yeah, didn't progress a lick. But we'll see. Ricky Lomas. So the team name of Nonagon is because Nonagon is a 9-sided shape, and Nonagon FC has a serial number of 9 on MFL. It was the 9th club ever created on. He's decent. DM'd you a couple of options. You can have one at 0% for the season. David, my man. Thank you. Thank you. Old Gus Guts in midfield. I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to, let's put it together. I don't really want to like, surely the badge needs to be 9-sided. I mean, it's, the whole badge. I mean, this in here is 9-sided right there. Oops, sorry. Like those are the 9 sides. I'm not sure I can actually make the badge 9. Like I'm not sure ChatGPT is smart enough to do that. I know that sounds insulting, but we'll see. I don't know, but we'll see where that is now. Yeah. Yeah, so these are all the CMs. So it's not, yeah. I think Empire might actually be pretty good this season. If I end up with some of these guys, let's see. I'll put Stefanescu in. I don't know how much you guys really want to just, whoops. Nope. How much, there it is, once again. How much you guys want to like watch me play MFL? But also, here we are playing MFL. All right, let's get, Stelmach's already in. Samardzic. There we go. Now it's Nonagon. I almost called it Nonagon SC just to like needle Jimbo a little bit, but I decided not to. Torres, and this is where we go from here. Do I play Norden, 64 rated, or do I take Porter as a 73? And then Norden basically becomes my either a very good backup or the best player on Empire. Burn is looking, well, I don't know, actually. I was going to say Burn's looking more and more like a Patron Saints player. So who do we have so far? I guess I'll make Strauss the backup here. Can I? Oh, let me get rid of this. There we go. So yeah, here are our guys. And what I'm particularly excited about is literally being able to use Engelhart and Hendricks. Like this is going to be very fun for me. It's a pretty young squad. Like Stefanescu, who I got in the mid-season pack drop last year. Yeah. Depends what tactic you play. If you play 4-3-3 attacking, then Burn is your starting right wing. Oh, that's true. That's true. Unless I try to get a loan for a right winger somewhere. I mean, Burn makes sense because I literally play like if I play the 4-3-3 attacking, I need a cam, I need a right wing, and a striker, and he plays all of them. I think fairly well too, if I remember correctly. Whoops. Burn. Let's see what he's got here. Yeah. So 66 cam, 65 right wing, 64 striker. Like that's pretty solid. That 35 physical is just so tilting. Not tilting. It's just like, what are you doing? Look at this. Nonagon's like filling out here. So there's Norden. I had a right back, my backup right back, and my backup left backs were on loan last year. So I still have Pinto. So right now I have Hendricks, Lyons, and I should have Pinto as my third striker, which is a little disappointing that he's only a third striker. I don't think he's a very good left mid also, which doesn't matter anyway, because I think Mancia would always play there regardless, but let's see. Yeah, 59 left mid. That's not going to do it. Not going to do it. We have Gutierrez and Camberry as my center mids if I play them. Do we think just from a progression standpoint? Well, actually, maybe not. I was going to say, does Gutierrez playing every game for Empire, or, as many as he can? What was his physical? 62. That's not bad. Camberry's is 56. Like, does playing for Empire every game progress him more than if he's kind of playing regularly for Nonagon, and he might not even be? Oh wait, Sharp is a left back, isn't he? Or can play left back? That's the only place we played him for Patron Saints. Let's see here. Not really. Left mid, I don't really need. Strauss, I could send to Patron Saints now. I'm assuming nobody actually wants a goalie on that team. And there's Wild and Flynn, who will be at Empire. Like Laird is the highest rated guy on Empire, feels weird. But then again, it's my team, so maybe I send him down there to, keep everyone in check. I don't know. That's what I got right now. I think I basically need to start reaching out to people again about loans. I will say that I wonder if, the Freeman one, Freeman I loaned out and to White House and was able to get some 0%. So maybe he'll help out on that as well. I don't know, but that's what I got. And then I'll fill out Empire once Nonagon's filled out, I'll fill out Empire. Although these guys, like Moya, do I put him up? Alves, I certainly wouldn't. He'll definitely be there. And Sierra was at Patron Saints last year, but now he's just depth. Yeah, I'm going to have to, I had just enough players for 3 teams last year, plus the 2 over at Patron Saints. And now I'm going to have to probably fill out a little more. And it's really Sarpafasin. Maybe gets a little better. I don't know. We'll see. I think Bettshirt was the goalie there last year, and did he progress? Yeah, a little bit. That's pretty good, actually. But if Laird is at Empire still, Bettshirt may as well stay there. I don't know. We'll see. Or I guess I would probably need, where did that guy go? Who was it? Strauss. He probably has to be my backup for Nonagon, and just hope I don't have to play him that much. No Disney dollars left, Toby. I didn't really get that many. I basically like put the link in my description of the videos, but I didn't really push it out like a lot of other people did. Probably to my own detriment, I guess, but I don't know. I think this is what we got for now. And I'll work on a little bit. Basically, I'll try to do another update this week. Oh, probably not this week since maybe it will come up in conversation with Nep or Trust or Jimbo. But yeah, that's where we are right now. Basically 5 clubs now, which is really 4 clubs and Patron Saints. If you have heard about Patron Saints throughout this stream and you're like, wait, what is that? Patron Saints is a club that I happen to own that all of the players are made up of people who are part of my Patreon. And if you are interested in that, if you really like the MFL content and you want to keep it, have me do some more, you can join the Patreon. It'll be right under my screen here. There we go. Patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. You can join for as little as $5 a month. Then, and it helps, obviously support me and allow me to kind of keep creating as much as I can, even with the glasses on. And so the deal that we have with Patron Saints is we try to get 20 members of the Patreon community to each put in 1 player. Everybody gets a 5% rev share, and then we do what we can to finish as highly as we can. And we got very lucky. And shout out to Josh XLs, who was perfectly right on this. We finished 10th out of 11th last season in ice and avoided relegation. There weren't enough Spark teams to come up. And so we have another year in ice, another season in ice, And now we know what we're doing. And so we're putting teams together and figuring out what we can do. And so that's what we're doing. So if you want to get involved, patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird. Other great ways you can support, just subscribe to the channel, MFL with Laird. Like I said on Twitter today, we passed 400 subscribers, which in the grand scheme of things is not that many, but it's a nice round number and makes me feel good. Oh, 406, excuse me. We're flying. So go join that. And again, always appreciative of everyone who is willing to spend the $5 a month to help support my content and all of that. So Steven, sorry that you just got here because I'm literally saying goodbye, but yes, start again. And hopefully you enjoy what you're about to watch. So thank you to everybody for coming. If you could please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Shout out to Quinny. Don't forget patreon.com/Andrew M. Laird or Andrew M. Laird if you listen to Jimbo at all. Speaking of Jimbo, he will be on with me on Friday. Tomorrow, meaning Wednesday, Nepenthes. Thursday, Trust the Process. Friday, Jimbo. It's a week of MFL here on MFL with Laird. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And please remember to go outside.